In travels mostly, you get exposed to things. And really you don't know what exists until you see it, right? And so during my exposures, I've learned about these things called ambulatory surgery centers. Why can't I do something like that in Memphis? And I learned that in order to do something like that in Memphis, I needed this thing called a certificate of need. You'd think that from the sound of it, that it'll be pretty straightforward, particularly in an area where there seems to be an obvious need. You have people who are living 12 years less than their counterparts who are only 10 miles away. It's been well demonstrated that the procedures that are done in ambulatory surgery centers and office-based labs tend to be a lot less than those in hospital systems. So I thought that it would be straightforward. I say, we have a home run here, no brainer, and furthermore, there are no ambulatory surgery centers in the Whitehaven community. So I thought that I was definitely bringing something to my community that not only was needed, but it should be an easy fit. The certificate of need application carries a cost, but that cost is nominal when you talk about the attorney fees. And I spent over $75,000 in attorney's fees. Now just imagine, being a new entrepreneur, opening a new practice, and having to get loans for your building and equipment, and trying to get working capital for employees and things. And on top of that, you have to find a way to pay an attorney. After you go through the rigorous application process and paying all the monies, and finally you're ready for the big show, and you have to present in front of the CON board. I felt like I was in court almost. I didn't feel that the environment was set in my favor, for one, but secondarily, I don't think that my story was heard, and the certificate of need, unfortunately, was not granted. And we can have a very long conversation about what some of my impressions are as to why it wasn't, but I think there definitely needs to be some changes in regard to the metrics that are utilized to grant these certificates of need. You feel like you have everything you need to do the things that you need to do, but you ask someone if you can do this and they're telling you no. If I choose to do it and it fails, that's on me. There's definitely, I think, a hindrance on the physician-patient relationship, in that sometimes my patients have to go to a hospital where I may not go. Instead of them coming here to the office, their patient's being taken care of by another physician who may not have the same interests at heart with their patient as I do. Or their patient may not trust that physician as much as they trust me, which I think happens most often. And I think the overall patient experience is negatively impacted. If I could say one thing to lawmakers in regard to certificate of need and the process, I would say think about the patients, and those patients who truly need these medical services in their communities. Think about the patients and stay true to the true reasons why the certificate of need was invented. And that was to provide greater access to care, to provide quality outcomes for patients, and to keep medical costs down, period.